On the weekly time frame on GJ, we've made a higher high, which is this. So we push all the way up last week to make this higher high. And from this zone last week, we said potentially from this zone, if price gives us a reversal pattern on the lower time frame, then we're going to enter longs and potentially we should target this high or even higher. So what price is going to do is going to make a reversal pattern around this zone. So once you see a reversal pattern here, this is now telling you, okay, we want to use this zone as a new higher low zone, and from that zone we push all the way up to previous highs or even make new higher high. Now looking at it, you can see that from this zone we push all the way up to this here, to the previous high that price made, which is this zone, and from this high now we then retrace to make a higher low, and from this higher low potentially we might see price make a new higher high, you get. But we are still around that resistance zone here, so is it that price continues to reject off of this zone or push all the way up? But I see price pushing all the way up to make new highs. If you go to the 4-hour time frame also, you can see the structure. You can see this higher low here, which we are talking about. So this was the higher low. From this zone we push all the way up to daily high, and we came back down to make this double bottom here, and from this double bottom we are pushing all the way up. So we are going to make, potentially I see price making new highs from here. Now what can you do in this scenario? What you do is to wait for price to either break above to make a new high. And if you make a new high, which is a high high, what you do is for price to retrace, wait for price to retrace. Once you get the retracement, you look for a zone that price is going to use as a new high low zone, and from the high low zone you continue buying up. Or if we still keep rejecting off of this zone, that will be price telling you that it's not ready to break above this high. Yeah, but right now what you do is just wait for price to possibly make a new high from here. So once you get that high, then you wait for your retracement, and from the retracement you look for a zone that price is going to use as a higher low zone, and you continue buying to the previous high or even to a new higher high. Now on gold, on the weekly time frame, you see that we are still maintaining this higher low here, a potential higher low here. We're still maintaining it. We push all the way up to this zone, and we retrace down to this zone. Go down to the daily time frame. If you look at the structure that price made, you see how price hasn't break past the last higher low. This here, this zone, you see me put this horizontal ray on around 4644 is the last higher low price made on daily time frame. So since you've not broken below this last higher low, then we are still bullish. The structure is still bullish, except we break past this last higher low and close below the last higher low. That means we get a daily candlestick that close below the last higher low, which is this last higher low here. So now this potentially could just be a retracement, right, for we to make a new higher low and for price to continue bullish. So if this is a retracement, if this is just a retracement, then what we are going to do is look for where price is going to use as a higher low zone. That's where the 4-hour and the 2-hour comes in play. On the 4-hour, I'm waiting for price to give me a reversal pattern. Now if I get a double bottom here, that's why I had this zone here, this here. If price drops all the way down to this zone, I'll get off of this zone, it will be a double bottom there. Now if you go to the 2-hour time frame, which has more price data, if price drop all the way down to the zone, all right, if we from here, because this is a lower high, right, and we could use the drop down to this to equal lows, or even make a new lower low potentially, you get. But if we drop down to this low and we just off of this low, right, we drop down and we just off this low, then this will be a double bottom. As you can see here, this will be a double bottom. So from this zone, once you get the rejection of this zone, I'll enter longs targeting the previous highs or even new highs. Or potentially price might also give us an inverted head and shoulder, any of those. So we just wait and chill and wait for price to make a reversal pattern, any of those. Either a switch of structure, a switch of structure will be very nice. So what a switch of structure will be that price will break past the last lower high that price break. So right now, since we're in downtrend, we're making lower lows and lower highs. So a switch of structure will be when price will break past the last lower high price made, you get, break past it, then come back down to retest off of it and reject off of it. Once we get rejection off of that zone, then we enter longs targeting like these highs here, previous highs. Any of those we get around this zone, then I'm looking forward to entry longs, as long as we did not break below this 4644, which is this zone here. As long as we did not break below this zone here, this horizontal line I have here on the daily time frame, we did not break and close below this zone on the daily time frame, then I still feel like price is still bullish. So we just wait for price to give us a reversal pattern for we to buy. You just have to be patient and wait and see what price action price is going to make. But for now, we are still bearish because we are right now we are bearish. We're making a counter trend, or this could be a full-on bearish move you get. So this is a lower high, like I said. So we just have to wait for price to switch to bullish before we can continue buying. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do on gold. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Thank you.